to Jam Between the Pages. So we are doing another 3 levels of enjoyment. Today's topic is going to be a little break from One Piece. It's FNAF, the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Just came out on Halloween weekend. But I am actually not the stand for this one, unlike the One Piece ones. Today, our stand for the 3 levels of enjoyment is going to be Mark.
Hello. I'm the one who knows generally the most out of all of us, mainly because I follow game theory and their near monopoly on Five Nights at Freddy's lore and theory videos. So I know a lot of the video games and their storyline. And actually, not only am I going to be the stand, but we also have a special guest, my sister, Ayla, who will be joining us. She's seen some of the theory videos, however she hasn't seen the latest ones. And then we have, so she'll be the casual normie, something like that.
Yeah, she's like in between, and then
yeah, and then we have Aisha.
And then I am not like new to it because I have played one of the games, and then I also watch gaming videos, but not game theory. I watched and got into it because of Daz Black or Daz Games. He is and will always be my favorite one that does the react videos or any videos of where he plays and his reactions. But yeah,
especially when he does those horror games.
Yeah,
his reaction for horror games is just chef kiss.
He is the best reactor that I know. But yeah, he's the one. And then I did play it with Bowman, right? Well, with one of my cousins or my aunts, and yeah.
And then for me, so I'm more of like, I played, I believe it was the second game. We'll get into the games that we probably played once we start seeing what Easter eggs we saw. Maybe we saw Easter eggs, maybe we didn't, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm more of a casual, more normie. I think me and Ayla are going to be the same. My sister knows a little bit less, so she'll be the newbie, the normie one. I'll be the casual, Ayla casual, and then, of course, Stan. So, 3 levels of enjoyment. Let's get into it. The movie. What do you guys want to start with then first?
Just to get it out of the way, I think we all enjoyed the movie very much.
I liked it. It's just I had some questions, but that's because like I said, I'm not as informed of the story, and I only know of one game, and it was like the second game, I think.
Right. So we will be getting into that later. What did you guys think of the movie, like in general, overall?
So just in general, I would like to say Matt Pat's appearance.
Oh yeah, I noticed that because I never really watched his
cameo. My goodness, I think that made the movie like 100 times better, especially when he like delivers his catchphrase.
Yeah,
that's just a theory.
He's like,
that's just a theory.
Because it was with the aunt, who is horrible in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, just.
And I have a question about her too, by the way.
Really, you have questions about the aunt?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay.
But because I want to spoil stuff. We should probably go in chronological order of the movie. But with Matt Pat, when he does here's your food, or lunch is the most important meal of the day. Don't they say that on breakfast? And
that's what some people say, but it's just a theory.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I knew who that was the moment he said that. I didn't realize it at first, but when I heard it's just a theory, and I'm like, oh, that's okay.
I was shaking in my seat. I was just like out of sheer excitement. I loved it so much.
Right.
Yes.
Okay then.
But
so,
okay.
Then
chronological.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to put that out there.
Our views later. Yeah.
So I guess we can now start getting into the big questions. Like, what questions did you guys have?
So you have the security guard, just a random dude that is taking care of what looks like a Chuck E. Cheese place,
right?
Which is what everybody compares it to. And then he's running for his life, and then he's like trying to get through the vents and stuff. And then it was the fox, right? Because he's in the exit.
Yes, it was Fox.
You hear the fox whistling, and then it gets him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's actually that's a reference to the first game because compared to Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica, Foxy actually gets the first name drop, right? You don't get the names until day 3.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually day 2 that they mention, oh yeah, keep an eye on Foxy's, on Pirate Cove. Foxy likes to peek out every now and then, right? So he's actually the first name drop, which is why he's technically the first animatronic that we see.
I don't understand why anybody thinks it's such a great idea to be a security guard.
Right?
Because like, we gotta talk about the phone call thing.
Okay.
So we have that, and then so that was cool. I like because you kind of get the job that you're kind of getting into.
Right.
Freddy's place or whatever, the pizzeria place.
Freddy's Fazbear.
Yes, and then
Freddy Fazbear's.
But after that, you then cut to
Yes.
Mike,
Mm-hmm.
who is a security guard somewhere else.
Right.
Just
He's a security guard at a mall, right?
Yes.
He sees a father,
Well,
Aggressively.
actually, he doesn't know that it's a father.
right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
he sees
He's
is like
just-
this grown man
Having a disagreement with a kid and dragging him away.
The kid saying that,
basically
no, I don't want to
dragging
go
a
away.
child, and the child looks like he's crying and like doesn't want to go with this man.
Mhm.
So that kind of gives it kind of hints at maybe this isn't the dad.
Maybe
You
just
know,
a stranger
it's
trying to kidnap
a
a kid.
child abduction.
Yeah,
Right.
I got that feeling right away. I was like, oh, is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah.
That's funny that you got that initial thought oh, child abduction. Whereas me, I was like, I even told Mark, in the theater, I was like, he's gonna get in trouble
That's the
because
dad. You knew that was
that's
the dad?
his dad. I was like, that is dad.
That-
And obviously they have to put in character flaws. I felt like immediately into the movie.
That goes in with one of the things I didn't like about the movie, though, was that it is a little bit predictable. I felt like it was
Yeah, and you
pretty
kind of saw.
predictable.
I saw that the moment that he tackled him into the fountain and started beating him, and everybody started screaming. I was like, why would everybody be screaming? Oh, that's the dad. I didn't really get that.
Oh, no, yeah. And then, so then after that, he, gets in trouble, and then he's in the career center.
Yes, and we can see, and actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but, we can see that in the corner, we see the date,
I
the
did not
year.
notice that.
Yeah, 2000.
It's in the year 2000.
I saw that too.
Which
even though,
sets it kind of forward in time than any of the other games.
yeah, I was gonna say the games were what 90s, right?
They're set in I believe in the 90s.
Right. Because the first game, is it chronological or how does the game?
No,
No,
the
the games are
didn't
not.
come out in chronological
They're
order.
not chronological order.
Oh, they're
Because what?
So the way that it goes,
FNAF 3 is supposed to be a prequel.
no, FNAF 2 is the
2
prequel.
is the prequel, sorry.
This is the only one I
So it comes out the order of the first 3 games, which is what the movie seems to be based off of. The first 3 games in general,
like all in one.
kind of.
In
Because
a
they
sense.
have the nightmare, because they have the nightmare animatronics, or nightmares is a big thing in FNAF 3, and the whole resetting of the system. That's a FNAF 3 mechanic.
Yes, that is.
Right. So that's a very interesting thing that you actually see in FNAF. So the order it goes is FNAF 2 because we get the new and improved. We have these brand spanking new animatronics. Then you go to FNAF 1 because at the end of FNAF 2 you hear that we're going to be moving some of our more classic animatronics to another location just in case just in case Freddy's comes back in the future. We don't know.
Oh, I didn't know
Right,
that.
and then you have FNAF 3. FNAF 3 is actually set not so long ago in the year 2021. So, and that was set up as a way of saying that Freddy's was they set it up to being a haunted house because of the mysterious murders of the 5 kids.
Right.
You
That's right.
have, people decided to make it into an entrepreneurial effort to make the original location to be a haunted house. Right?
Okay, I do remember that.
Using the idea of haunted animatronics as their backbone for the haunted house.
Right.
So, with that said, after that we then get introduced to the career counselor. I can't remember his name right now.
No, it's
William
because of
F.
Well,
No, because
No,
he didn't go by the name William.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna
it
put a
was-
disclaimer at the beginning of this because I feel like we need to. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we need to say that will spoil it. So if you haven't seen it,
go see it.
Yeah, we
we'll
probably
see it first.
should have put
Yeah.
spoiler alert right in the beginning.
Yeah, because okay, so we know who it is already because we watched the movie.
Right.
It's what you said, William Afton, but his name when he was the career
But
guy.
when he was
Yeah, I
playing
heard- yeah.
career counselor, well,
I believe
what
it was
name
like
did-
James, something like that.
no,
It was clearly
it-
fake. But
it wasn't James though.
Steve Raglan.
Steve.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Steve.
Steve
I
Raglan
told you it
was his
wasn't
name.
James.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So
James.
Steve Raglan, he's in it, and he's basically saying, okay, so you've had this. And by the way, have you guys noticed or seen that his part where he's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike, with your track record and everything, your options are pretty limited. Became now a TikTok like trend thing,
Yeah.
where they put it in the
no,
background.
I did not.
I haven't
I've been
seen
getting
that.
so many on my For You page where it's just him responding to other people. There's like one where it's like my buddy talking to me about my toxic taste in women, and then it says, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike, and then it does that whole thing. You know?
Oh,
So they
okay.
keep changing it. It's fun. It's awesome. I like that a lot of people are, latching on to the movie because he does come off on that part kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
when he opens-
especially his 180 when he finds
Yeah.
out his last name.
His last name, which we don't know, and I was really,
Yeah,
I was like,
he didn't say the last name.
Till the
I was
end
like,
of the movie.
what kind of a career counselor? And okay, I was a little confused there. Are we to believe that, Steve is his personal career counselor? Like he's been seeing this man
or I'm
for his
assuming.
multiple jobs?
I'm assuming
Or
that this
is
is more.
it like a first?
No,
they're
I
meeting for
think
the
because
first
it was-
I
time.
think they're
I believe
meeting.
they're meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I think it might just be like a general career, like a location where you can go there to help,
Like
have
a
them help you
newspaper,
find.
kinda. Like, and you know how
Yeah.
now it's like newspaper. Well, not now,
It
but they have like
used to be
listings.
newspaper.
Yeah, because it's
Newspaper,
like you
and
said,
then
it's
now-
in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Alright, I guess
it was
I'm not
their
very
first
familiar
time.
with how they did, job searches
Back in the day when we were
You
still
know.
kids.
when we were still tiny children.
So yes, so it was their first time meeting, right? Which is why he does that 180 when as soon as he sees his name, Mike Schmidt, right? Which is
I don't even think he does the part.
No.
He's just like Mike, and then he just
He
looks
just looks
at
and
it.
goes.
No, he
like
said
this.
the S.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does?
he does.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
thought
but-
he said the S.
so actually, and again, that's actually a callback. Obviously, Mike Schmidt is the first protagonist that you play as in FNAF 1.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
yes,
that is
it
his
is.
name.
That I do
Mike Schmidt.
remember.
Okay.
And that's again, very interesting things about the whole game. Like everything that you see on screen is practically like an Easter egg of some kind, right?
Oh.
Because for instance, we'll continue on. So we get introduced to Abby, right?
Oh, yeah.
We get into that
Yeah, the
whole
sister,
sister.
Abby.
argument with the aunt, which is something that you mentioned that you dislike.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So the aunt, the lawyer, the who is it? The babysitter. They're all
She's not a-
movie-only
She's
characters.
not.
No.
No.
The first interaction we see where we meet
Is
Abby
them with the...
is them
With the
at
school
the
teacher.
Oh,
school.
right, the
Uh-huh.
school, right. So
Is at Abby's school.
Abby's
Yeah.
school, that's all like
With the lawyer.
just for the movie.
Which that
Yes.
lawyer was on something.
Yeah,
'Cause,
no.
like, he's
Yeah.
just
No, I
staring
think
out.
he was just because he was just scared of the aunt because the aunt was like a bully, and
Yeah.
so he just didn't want to get like killed. I mean, like
He got
literally.
high before he got to work every day, before he had to deal with it. He had to. Because there was that moment where he's just basically staring out into space, and then she's
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
bring him
and
back
then in
in.
the restaurant,
And
he's like, I
she's-
shouldn't be here.
Yeah, and then in the restaurant,
Yeah,
he just stares
that's
out into
true.
space
In
again.
the
and then-
restaurant
I
scene,
shouldn't be
he's
here.
like,
I should be
wait a
hearing
minute,
this.
I shouldn't be hearing any of this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, where have you been?
He must have been a brand new lawyer or something with the way he was acting.
Yeah.
But-
Maybe she did find herself like a
brand new-
lawyer who has kind of failed the bar a couple times.
Or something.
Because also, if he's a brand new lawyer, he's kind of up there
Very
in
niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be like a brand spanking new lawyer fresh off the line. out of
So
law
continuing
school.
on, right? We get introduced to them. We got a general sense for the aunt. What was your question concerning the aunt?
Oh, that question is until the end of the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Okay.
But, so, do we ever find out how old Mike is in the movie?
No, we don't really get a taste, but
No,
it's
right?
more of like it appears that he might be in his 20s or so.
Okay, because I was like, is he fit to be a caretaker for the sister?
Well, okay,
Well, no.
can't we
'Cause they
kind
said-
of guesstimate his age?
Because they said
we
that
know how old he was when
the brother.
there was
Yeah.
that incident
Yeah.
with his brother.
So
he's
around
22.
So yeah, 22 in his early 20s.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, not really. Especially when he can't land a
He can't land a successful job, and I mean,
Well,
I can't
he
imagine how
can't.
much he's actually getting paid.
He can't keep a job.
Oh yeah, he can't keep a job. I don't know
Right.
how much he's getting paid. He already has a notice saying that they're about to get evicted. Because remember,
Yeah,
after
and
all
then
Yeah, that
he
was
goes
he
home,
goes home.
yeah.
And it's like on the door.
and it's on the board. And then when he goes in, you meet the babysitter of Max,
Max.
who's working for free, apparently. Which
Apparently.
I don't
didn't
know how
realize.
that. Yeah. Why is she doing this willingly?
Well,
Yeah,
you have
and then
to-
how does she come into his lives?
we do.
So also, we realize why she's doing this
Well, yes.
For
after
free.
we see the restaurant.
But
Yeah.
Sparky's, which is
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
a
is that-
reference.
It
Is that
is?
what it was called?
Yes, it was called Sparky's.
I don't
It's a
remember
reference
that
in and of
name.
itself.
It is to what?
Okay.
It's a fan theory. Well, it wasn't a fan theory. It was a hoax.
Oh.
One of the very first hoaxes that plagued FNAF 1, which was about how there was an unknown dog animatronic. Right.
He's in the movie.
Which we see eventually. We do see
Yeah.
in the movie.
Oh.
But in the first game, there was no dog animatronic. But
Oh.
somebody cropped in a dog animatronic into a screenshot and said, "Hey, I found this," and let it spread like wildfire. Scott Cawthon had to step in and be like, no, that's a hoax. I never included a dog. You know, and the person was saying like, oh, the dog's name is Sparky. Right? So that's why they had that as a restaurant name.
Does he come out in the games eventually, or did they make this an animatronic design for the movie?
No, the animatronic design was more based off of that hoax.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, no, he doesn't actually come out in any of the later games. There is no dog animatronic.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
okay.
remember a dog,
No.
to be honest.
I thought there was one. That's why there was the dog right there. I was like, oh, cool. But okay, so they were at Sparky's. You find out that Max and her brother,
Right.
who the
were-
brother suggests, why don't we just kill the guy?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the aunt's like, "Oh yes, but just don't get caught."
No, he didn't say to
No.
kill him. Because
No,
she's like,
no, the
she
aunt
like
was
takes
like-
it for a moment. She's like, maybe.
It's a good
Yeah,
plan.
she was like,
Not right now.
we'll keep that on the back burner,
Yeah.
basically. Which,
oh my god, that aunt, I hate her. But
I'm also very curious, do we understand how she's related? Like, how is she
what
their aunt?
family member
Yeah.
she is from
They
the
They
didn't
didn't
yeah,
say
I don't
that.
know.
They
They don't
didn't say
say
that.
Do we have theories?
I don't know. I don't.
It
It's
could
just
be
a-
theory.
Okay, sorry, Matt Pat.
Yeah.
If you ever see
Okay, I
this,
realize
sorry.
Don't
But-
copyright us.
But no, I don't
Don't
think so,
sue,
right?
don't sue me.
What
No,
do you guys-
we don't get told like what branch of the family she's from.
The dad is still alive. From the end of the movie, they say that he just couldn't handle the
Yeah, he
death,
couldn't
so
He
handle
couldn't
it.
handle it, so he left. her.
Yeah.
So
And
I
the
mean,
mom.
from that,
So
I
it's
would
probably
say
the
it's
moms. Yeah.
No, I would say it's the dad's. 'Cause
You think it's the? No, I think it would be the moms.
he just left, and then so the aunt's like, "All right, I'll take over." Or maybe it is the
No,
moms
'cause
because
it'd be- she's- oh, she died.
Yeah, she died, and she
Yeah.
might hold Mike responsible for that.
Yeah.
Another thing to hold him responsible.
Okay, I can
for.
see that. I can see that.
So, what were the questions that you guys had again?
So one of my questions was that in the game you have an option of putting a mask on so that
Right.
you can necessarily like hide from them; they can't see you.
Right.
Or, like, know
No,
that
so
you're
that they don't recognize that,
you're a human.
a human.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But in the movie, they just showed like I thought it was that in the corner of that back room, I think it was, is that there was like a suit there that no one was using, and it was like, oh, that was the one where Vanessa puts
Yeah.
the broom in, and I thought that's what they were implying was
It might
like
have been
the
mask, right?
mask,
Because I
but-
think it was a Freddy mask that was just
It-
there, right?
No.
No.
Oh, was it? There was no Freddy in there.
No.
There wasn't a
Oh.
Freddy in there, no.
No, there was no
But-
Freddy. But no. So for that mask that you pull on down on yourself, that was just to trick that advanced AI that had security cameras and all of that, right? And again, because, and I think I elaborated, or the reason why they had all this advanced security system was because of the death of Henry Emily's daughter, right? William Afton took the opportunity to kill her, right? Which is why during the second game, the puppet is awake, right? And it actively, tries to hunt you.
So the puppet is which one?
The puppet is Henry Emily's daughter.
Right. Okay. So
Charlotte, I believe her name
who
was.
was bullied?
Bullied by
who
the
was
other
crying.
kids, tossed out the back of the pizzeria,
Uh huh.
and William Afton noticed this and like killed her out in the alleyway.
alleyway.
And then that's when the puppet was designed to keep an eye out on specifically just her. When it realized that she wasn't, inside the pizzeria, it went through the alleyway, finds her dead corpse, and at that point it starts raining, and it essentially dies, right? Eventually Henry Emily will, fix it up again, but by that point his daughter's spirit is inhabiting the puppet.
Okay, so this daughter is inside what it gets to be known as the marionette.
The puppet, the marionette, both are interchangeable.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
So
Okay.
I thought there was, didn't you tell me, like back when we were first watching the gameplays and the theories and whatnot, that baby,
Yeah.
her eyes were blue, then they changed to green because of the daughter of.
William Afton.
wait, so which one's Baby again?
Okay.
Baby's the one that you said.
Wait.
William Afton. Oh, Baby is the one that you said.
It's
Abby,
a daughter.
right?
Wait,
Yeah, well,
it's
we're-
baby because Abby's name is an acronym.
Is
to
an
baby.
anagram.
Yes.
Or- yeah.
So yes, it's that reason because William Afton has a need to kill, and so he had designed a whole line of animatronics beforehand, which he called the name just escaped
The Fun
me.
Time?
The Fun Time animatronics, right? They were all designed to be very sleek, very polished, very colorful and whatnot. It was designed to allure in children. Like everything about it was all to lure in children. It
And
even
that's-
had it.
And that Fun Time line is the Fun Time Foxy.
Funtime Foxy, Funtime Chica, which is not in the game but it's in the source code that it mentions that she's rented out, but that's beside the point. You have Funtime Freddy, Funtime Bonnie, and that's
Baby.
Baby, and you also get the Ballora, right, which is a ballerina,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh, I don't remember a ballerina.
No, that's right. That was in a...
That's all in the
Another
Sister
sister
location.
location.
Okay.
That's in
So-
the sister location game.
And then so my main thing too is, so William put on, or at the end of the movie,
Right.
where William Afton reveals himself, he's in the Golden Bunny suit.
Right, yeah.
Why
Well-
does it look like that? It's not Golden Bunny? Or
Yeah,
Bunny
it was
It's like
Golden
a yellow.
No, they call it the Yellow Bunny.
Yeah, all
But
the
in
kids.
the game, they call it Golden Bunny.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it's thought that William Afton, at one point in time, started out Freddy Fazbear's by himself. And his initial idea was creating just two suits. Just the Golden Bunny and Golden Freddy suits. That was how he made his start.
Oh, that's the original ones?
Yes, that was how he made his start.
Okay.
Then what happened was that eventually Henry Emily came into the picture, made the actual animatronics, and William Afton essentially said, "Hey, how about we take these old suits and make them into animatronics / costumes?"
Right.
Right. So that's why technically speaking, the Golden Bonnie suit is one of the oldest suits.
So Golden Freddy also has the cavity for,
Yes.
like, it's a suit as well.
It's
Yes,
a suit as well, yes. But its animatronics was deactivated.
It was, right? So
Yes.
then in the movie, you see that
There-
Golden, a couple of things here. So Golden Freddy goes to pick up Abby from
Yes.
the house.
Yes.
Where did he kill the ant? Or
Yes.
is the ant alive?
No,
No,
he
the
killed
ants are dead because
Okay.
you saw.
So how is
But
weird? How is
the- The child that inhabits Golden Freddy is like silly ant,
yeah,
whatever
I
her
remember
name
that
is.
part. She just
She's
took-
sleeping.
Yeah.
She
but,
fell asleep.
Okay, so a couple of things with that. One, how is it able to move the way it did? Because it does have weight, right?
Yes.
Because when he gets into the cab, it moves, right?
Yeah.
But
That's
when Abby goes into the
interesting.
Freddy's,
Freddy's by herself, it disappears.
it just
Yeah.
vanishes like that. Unless I thought they said Foxy was the fast one.
So
from the game. I remember.
Yes, Foxy is always the
Foxy's
fast
always
one
yes.
in the games.
So an interesting thing about Golden Freddy is that it appears to be mainly a spirit in and of itself, right? The spirit of, in my opinion, the spirit of Freddy, or whoever the kid is that inhabits the Freddy costume, is possibly one of the strongest spirits ever. Because in the games, it never moves.
Yeah.
It's always just like, in the first one you can get it. You can do...
Doesn't it just appear on the screen real quick and go away?
Well, that's the thing. You can do a series of things to summon it, but it will always crash your game. Okay?
That's weird.
And
But
it always
you're-
follows the phrase, which we see it in the movie, "It's me." Right? That's his
That's what
catchphrase.
was in the
the extra
bathroom.
credit.
Yeah.
In the mirror, yes.
No, well, yeah, you guys know about the end credit, at the very, very end credit,
Right.
where if you sit through it, you hear the
wind up.
Yeah, the
yes.
wind up, and
but
then-
we see it, I think it's actually in the first night that he's
yes,
there.
I do remember that. That's what I meant.
They
Not what my
pass
sister meant.
by a mirror
That says,
and it
"It's
says,
me."
"It's me."
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but really quickly, you mentioned that the spirit that inhabits Golden Freddy is one of the strongest.
Yeah.
That actually, I feel like it kind of makes sense.
Well, it's like the
Given-
leader.
Yes, given that basically that child spirit is like the leader
Yeah, I noticed that
of
too.
all those.
So do you
and
think
he was the
It's
one
the
that
kid
said
that has
Was
the
making the
we
deal
striped
and
want
shirt.
stuff.
Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, he wasn't even playing with her, which that whole thing too.
That was freaky.
That was weird.
Like
Why you see these things come to life? They turn around,
Yeah.
look at Mike walk in on them playing, their eyes turn red.
And
Why
then
do
she's
you
like,
not
no,
wanna-"
no, we're just having fun. They were just tickling me to the point that I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, and then
it's
Vanessa-
like, what?
Well, okay,
Oh
she
my
didn't
God.
say that. But my thing is, why would you scream
Yeah,
basically
like
in terror
Yeah.
if you're being tickled?
I think he, in our way, we were seeing it from Mike's point of view, where he probably was asleep when he woke up. He heard it more like that, but in reality it was laughter, not scream. But from his version, it was a scream, maybe.
Yeah. Debatable.
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Oh, super.
That could be debatable.
It's very weird. Because, like, also Vanessa, I get that her
Yeah.
whole thing is that she's supposed to be, like, I guess the cleanup crew in a way?
No, the cover up.
Or cover up, yeah, to kind of
Okay.
steer them away.
cover up, yeah.
When it comes to Vanessa, I think her
Oh.
job is to just make sure no one in the town really asks
Questions, and because she's a cop.
Okay. Also,
Yes, because she takes on the role of a police officer, and she did say, like, oh, I made sure that this is part of my route, or whatever.
Right at the beginning.
Okay, with Vanessa, at the end of the movie, when Mike is in the hospital, right? And
Oh,
then
yeah, she's in a coma, remember?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then she's in the hospital in a coma, and then Mike is there, and they're having this little intimate moment and all that. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you had met someone that their
Lied
father
to you.
killed their brother, and then you knew about it, didn't tell
Mm-hmm.
the dude, but knew who he was talking about specifically, everything, and was just there and telling
Yeah,
all
how do
that.
you then befriend this person?
I thought
while
they
they're in
were
a coma?
like hinting that they were gonna like become something.
Well, my thing about
Oh.
that is, like, well, I first thought that Max, the babysitter, the
Yeah.
free babysitter, was the one that was, like, showing interest in him
Mm-hmm.
before you found the reveal that she was technically working for the aunt. But no, I think the way that you see that is that she's more, or Mike, is, like, forgiving, because in a way
Yeah.
she is also a victim. She's not.
Okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't really find out about her betrayal.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, at the end.
At the end, she kind of reveals
Because she
everything.
shows the photo.
And
No,
then
no,
she's
no.
like,
No.
Mike to Max.
oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Mike
talking about
never
that.
finds out about Max's betrayal. That's
Just
not what
knows
they're
that
talking
she
about.
somehow,
okay.
for
They're
some
talking
reason,
about
Vanessa.
Vanessa's
Being
Yeah,
betrayal.
I think he's more of a forgiving person.
Yeah.
But why? It's like
Because he
She's
sees
hot.
no, not
he
you're
sees-
crazy.
He sees that she was tormented just as much as he was.
That's what I was getting
Okay,
at. That's what I was
but
getting at.
was she actually tormented
I think
she was
was.
covering everything up.
in the picture that she
in the-
showed him? She is holding the brother's plan.
She
Yeah.
probably didn't know where it came from.
I don't
No,
think so
but
either.
at that time.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
But
she
now-
even said
but
that she
then-
didn't know who it was, the brother, until she looked it up and was like, I didn't know at the time.
Yes, but that's the thing. She
You-
says,
you
like,
also have
how
to
do
remember-
you then forgive that?
So the thing is
She
that
was a victim.
Well, yeah, she's also a victim.
I would like.
Well, yeah, but
Okay, maybe it's like a
you have to be in that
female thing
situation.
versus a male thing.
I
guess.
see,
You
I
and
see,
I are like,
I see
have
a
to remember-
beautiful
can
woman
you really forgive her?
asking for forgiveness, I give it.
So you guys also have to see the way from Vanessa's character in the game itself, right? In the game
Right.
itself, she actually comes out in the latest games.
oh, so
in
Vanessa
VR.
is a
Wait, Vanessa's a character?
Yes.
Yes.
Vanessa
you
is
said
a
that
character.
that Afton only had 3 children, right?
Yes.
But the
So
thing
Vanessa
is that
is
so
Afton's
it gets
kid.
weird. Just stick with me. It gets really weird with this, right? But I'll try to speed through. At some point in the future, Freddy Fazbear's decides to try to open themselves up again and try to state that all of the games that we've played, so the 1 through 3, were all bad PR done by an indie game developer. Right? They canonize their own games.
Yeah.
And so they said, we're making a new game where it will put us in a better light. It will tell the truth and will put us in a better light, right? Which is the VR game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so what ends up happening is that you find out that somebody scanned old corrupted files that somehow, some way contained Afton's evil essence in it, creates an evil consciousness, takes over whoever's playing the game. In the game, you can't, and I think it was for the Halloween update for that game, for the VR game. You can play through, an intense game on the hardest difficulty, and you can find the Vanny mask, right? This bunny mask. It's called Vanny because it's Vanessa and Bunny, right? So that's her character named Vanny. So if you put it on, you can hear essentially what seems like one-sided conversation, right? In which it's like,
Yes, I hear you. I know. No. There's no miscommunication. I understand. Yes, I have it. I made it myself. I think you would like it. No one suspects anything. Don't worry. I'll be ready. And I won't let you down. It will be fun.
but if you look at the source code of that game, you can find the other half of the conversation. And it's like it's a voice that you can't hear that it says, "Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Are you going to do what I say? Yes, I will do what you say. Will you be better this time? Yes, I promise to be better this time." So and not only that, in the game files itself, it says that the female voice is codenamed the Reluctant Follower.
Aw,
So
yeah, in a way,
Vanessa
same
is
thing.
the
Vanessa
reluctant
is-
follower.
Yes.
Yeah, because
She did not
Okay.
want to do this.
She never did. I
She was
understand.
reluctant. She
I
was
get it.
essentially forced to follow. It was her own family that was committing these crimes.
I'm sorry, but if my own family committed those crimes, I'd be like, I'm a cop. You're going to jail.
Right.
Yes.
But I think that was all him manipulating her to even become a cop, probably. Like, he probably wanted that.
I
so
guess.
He has all
Well,
that.
I don't know. If she's a reluctant follower, I feel like she would want to become a cop to.
Okay.
Because we got.
Just to clarify, I was not victim blaming.
Yeah.
I was not either. I was just
But
curious of
It's
to why.
just-
when he gets stabbed by his own suit, the
the spring locks.
and all that, he says that he always comes back.
Yeah, that's his catchphrase. So in literally almost every single game, he always finds a way to come back, right? As I mentioned earlier, right, in which nobody really knows when this takes place. Once he finds out that spirits can inhabit these animatronics, he goes about dismantling all the original Chica, Freddy, Bonnie, and Foxy, right? He dismantles them, not realizing, hey, now that I've dismantled them, now that I've torn them apart, the spirits are now free, right? The spirits corner him in a back room. In an attempt to show that he is stronger than they are, or to feel empowered against, literal ghosts, he goes and puts on his old Bonnie suit, right?
Right.
And essentially, in what we see in the movie, right, it's an old decrepit place. There's water damage everywhere, and water pours on, activating the spring locks and killing him. Essentially, just left in there,
Right.
in that back room,
Just
until just twitching, and he essentially fuses with that with the suit, right, and it becomes known as Springtrap, right, and he becomes what he had created, right. He possesses his own suit, and now he, fast forward 2021, he is, during the haunted house, they free him, and he goes on what appears to be a mini killing spree. Then someone burns that haunted house down by the end of that game. After the haunted house is burned down,
Sorry.
No,
he
that's fine.
survives the burning.
Oh, so that's why he looks like the...
Yeah, he survives the burning.
I think that's why it looks like that.
Eventually, he is found.
He's missing
So it was
an ear.
burnt?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so he was the. Oh, okay.
So, and that's the thing. So, remember how I mentioned his son, Foxy Bro, who got his intestines scooped out and replaced with mechanical bits? I know, it gets really,
It's really
confusing.
dark.
Yes. The issue then is that it brings up the topic of Remnant is soul-infused metal. Essentially, that's what the Remnant does. It scoops you out. It scoops out, your internal organs, but it then injects you with metal, pretty much, with a thin coating of metal that will
Yeah, so
keep you alive.
and you become a meat suit
For them.
for
Wait.
the animatronics.
That's-
So technically, he's alive, but he's not alive.
Technically,
So-
he's alive. His spirit is still there in his meat suit, but the things that are driving his meat suit,
Yeah, we see him like this in the 8
the thing that is moving his
Game.
meat suit is all of the animatronics. So
Inside.
Baby and all the Funtime animatronics that I mentioned earlier.
So Baby, Ballora, Funtime Freddy, Funtime
Foxy.
Foxy, Funtime Chica.
No, not Chica, but
Oh,
No, Chica
Funtime
was,
Bonnie.
yeah.
Chica was one that was taken or something. Right?
Yeah,
Chica
she
was the
wasn't
one
there.
on rent
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah,
somewhere
online.
else.
So yeah, all four of them essentially they inhabit him. They eventually, what happens is that just like any other human any human cadaver, the skin starts to rot, and eventually they realize, oh hey, we cannot masquerade with the
As a human
as a
anymore.
human anymore. So they willingly eject themselves out of him, right?
Yeah,
They exit
and
his body.
there is that's part of a game. Which game was it?
I think it's Peaks. I'm pretty sure it is Funtime. Sister Location.
Is
Still.
it in
I think
in
it's
the
still
Sister
Sister
Location
Location.
game?
The
Yeah.
Funtime ones, I remember them now. I remember seeing at least a quick game when they were
Yes.
in it. It's when they open their face.
Yeah.
That is
Yes!
Oh!
Yeah, you remember that now?
Those are the
So-
ones that the faces
wait.
open up and.
So is that what you're trying to say? Is that like the Funtime?
These are the ones that were
boxes
made
are
to
the
kill.
ones that the janitor went into? Because isn't that?
I think that's
The
what it
security
looked like.
guard-
to- No,
When the security guard at the end was and
Yeah.
Mike escaped before.
Yeah, it kind of thinks like
It
that.
does
In the
kinda
game,
look like
in the
that.
game
Yeah.
themselves, they weren't made like those things weren't made to kill. Like I mean, the face part itself was not made to kill people.
Oh.
Debatable.
I know it looks creepy, but the
Looking
face
at
was
it,
not made to actually kill.
debatable.
What
Yes.
happens is that after Funtime animatronics willingly exit themselves,
Yeah, and it's like gnarly looking when you see it in like 8-bit.
so remember how I mentioned that it gives you a light coating of metal inside
Yeah.
of you.
So is it he's just retained his form?
No.
And because his Foxy Bro's soul is still there, it's believed, essentially it's pretty much in a way of saying he then possesses his own meat suit.
Oh, that's just messed up.
Because all
yeah.
the other animatronics, all the bits that were moving him, they exited, right? So then
So
it
the meat
leaves him.
suit literally collapsed.
It literally collapses, and then his soul is able to retake back control over his body, and using his own will and determination, he's able to reanimate himself using his own body. That Foxy Bro then goes to all the old pizzerias to dismantle all the animatronics to free the spirits
In a good way or
in a good way.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
See, that you keep mentioning how, either William or, Foxy Bro, they dismantle the animatronics and that releases the spirits. That doesn't sound logistical, to be honest.
It doesn't work all the time.
Oh, so
And like,
It's a hit or miss, especially when he does it, right? Because I don't know if you guys played. Well, no, you didn't. You said
I've
that
only
you
played
didn't
two.
play all of the game, right?
No, I've only played
I-
2
At
and I never
the
finished it
end-
because I was
and
going to make
we-
it past.
yeah, it's
Usually
never-
at the end of all of the 6 nights in all the
Six
games,
nights?
in the
Those are
first
fun.
and second, no, they're the bonus nights.
yeah, it's the bonus night where
You get
it's a harder level.
Oh.
right.
the
It's a harder
first.
level.
like, oh, you thought you're not out yet.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because they say like the way that because Phone Guy comes back,
Yeah.
right, and he goes, "What are you doing back there? You were let go yesterday. What are you doing back there?" Right. The 6th night is seen as the lore type of like. You get an extra tidbit of lore, and then the 7th night is just like, "Are you ridiculous? Why are you
playing this still?
Why are you still playing this at the really ridiculous hard level?" Right. You get pink slips at the end of the 6th night, right, saying like, "You are straight up fired, and if you come back here, we're going to arrest you." And it's like,
And it's
what
like,
are you doing?
why are you here?
Why are you here? We fired you already.
Your contract is up. And then they give you a pink slip to say you are now fired.
Like officially
Don't
fired.
come back.
And it under
But
the
you
reasons
can-
in both, I think it's in both games.
Okay.
Under the reasons they say you are fired for the reasons of having horrible odor and for tampering with the animatronic.
Oh,
and
purple game?
no, he's not the purple guy. He looks like purple guy, right? Which is a reason why all the animatronics attack because they supposedly have a resemblance to each other.
The 6th and 7th night, that means that he's already like possessed technically,
Yeah, I thought that's why he's already possessed in all the games.
and that's why he comes back. Is like
Yes,
his spirit is
Foxy
there. or
Bro,
something?
and that's the thing, Foxy Bro, in order to keep taking on all these jobs, change his name.
So
First,
that's why he's Michael.
he's
Yeah.
Mike Schmidt.
So Mike Schmidt isn't real.
In the
It's-
movie, he
It's
is.
a
Yeah, in
fake.
the movie he is,
Well,
but
like in the games,
no.
it's a
an
pseudonym.
alien. Yeah, it's an alias.
Oh.
It's an alias. There you go.
Alright,
So
cool.
I know it gets
Because-
weird in a hurry.
Yeah. mhm.
So they want Abby. He doesn't want to let them. At first, he says yes.
Yeah, he
Yes,
makes
well,
because
the
he's so
mistake.
He wants to be
hung
in the
He wants to be in the
He's
past.
so hung up on how could he
Yeah.
have let his little brother get
But
kidnapped.
he realizes he still has Abby and he should care about the present. So then he says no. He made a mistake, but then it was too late. Vanessa ends up wanting to help now,
Right.
giving him that electricity
tasers.
can put them down, and then he goes. William Afton comes after him, in the bunny suit for some reason. Tries to kill him.
So my
Because the
theory
suit-
with the bunny suit is that William Afton feels like that's the only way that these
He's powerful
kids
over them.
Well,
will listen to him.
Well, that's
because the
'cause-
kids loved the yellow bunny.
yeah, and,
And they
then
don't know him as
Not yet.
Michael or as William Afton.
Yeah, because you have to remember. So, do you remember the scene in which Vanessa's staring at that picture in particular?
Yeah.
And they have the whole like ethereal. Like, she could hear voices.
Yeah.
If you hear hard enough, you can hear several kids saying, "We love the yellow bunny. We love the yellow bunny."
Yes.
Yeah, and that's
Right.
what he
So-
said. And you see
That-
the pictures. Basically, it's that. Like,
Right,
they're all holding
yeah.
That's why.
hands.
That's why
And so that's why he's in the yellow bunny
To
suit
control
so
them.
that he can control them.
Right.
Because I mean, if he comes out outside of the suit, they're gonna be like, "This
Who's
is a
this guy?"
random
Right.
yeah,
adult male."
And so,
and then like try and kill him.
but then Abby
Maybe,
figures
yeah.
it out too because he
She's
goes
like-
through the plan. It doesn't really work out for Mike either, though. With
and
just
she's
the tasers
like,
and stuff.
oh, they listen to pictures only.
Yeah.
Pictures are powerful. That's
Yeah,
what
that's-
she
yeah,
says.
he said-
And so and she draws what actually
and the
happened
whole
to
reason
him.
that the pictures are powerful is because they're all kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the primary way that kids
Communicate.
tend to
Which is
Early
why
on.
the teacher said at the beginning.
that-
so it
yeah,
was just like
pictures are
leaning.
better than
Yeah,
words.
It was
it's
foreshadowing.
foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking.
But so then they do that. He gets stuck in the spring lock suit. He says he'll be back.
Right.
They drag him out to that corner.
Yeah,
like you
they
said in the
drag
game.
him out into. It's actually, I think, supposed to be the that back room where
Yeah.
Mike and
Apparently
Vanessa
the
were.
kitchen. That's
Really?
what,
Oh.
yeah, because if you see they see him there. I think he's like behind a bunch of stuff. Like It looks like where Bonnie and them appeared, fighting the
Well, in
intruders.
the
Oh,
games
to
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, in the games
to
I'm
eat
sure
the
it's in the
face.
back room.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the back room.
But so then,
who knows? Maybe they might have changed it in.
but then after all of this, right? Go to. We already talked about Vanessa being in the what's it called?
In the hospital. She's in the coma.
In the coma. But when they go back home, Abby's like, "Can we ever go see my friends again?" and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think they're trying to roll in. Like they're trying to
Part two.
combine Baby, or essentially they're trying to make Abby be like Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte. That she wants to free her friend, right?
Right.
That or Matthew Lillard, who is William Afton,
Yeah.
did confirm that he signed a 3-film contract
Wow.
for FNAF, stating this one was tied into the first game, and we would probably focus on tying the second one into the second game, so on and so forth.
So if they're gonna do that, I think the second movie would be a type of prequel.
You think they do a prequel thing?
I think
Well,
they would do a
if-
prequel thing to
but
show
that's the
the
thing.
heyday.
FNAF 2 is a prequel of FNAF,
Yeah.
so they would have to try and
Because it's at the
make it a
end
prequel.
of FNAF 2 that they mention, hey, we're gonna be moving. At the I think the 6th night. It's the end of the 5th or the 6th night that they say we're gonna be closing up shop soon. So we're gonna be moving all of our classic animatronics to the original location, just in case Freddy Fazbear's ever decides to open up again. We have the location already ready and everything to go. Right, so that shows essentially then you become the first Five Nights, right?
Yeah, the first game and all that. But
So yeah, I think did I answer all the questions?
I
right?
think we covered most of it. But like,
Yeah.
for me, what did you guys think of the movie without all the lore, just as a movie in general,
as a okay.
horror movie? Because it
Yeah,
does
as a
have
horror
the
movie.
best.
Oh, it's a horror movie?
Yeah, it has
So-
the best weekend opening or Halloween opening of all of
Okay.
them now. I think $78 million in the box office in its first weekend.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So as a horror specific movie,
Yes.
I feel like they tried a little too hard on the jump scares.
See, I think it's the opposite. They didn't do enough.
I think the few that they did was like they tried a little too hard on it where it missed the mark.
See, I'm the
Yeah,
type.
given all the like the balloon
Or-
boy jump scares.
I
that
like
was a
those
bit-
though.
Okay, you know
I was
what?
a fan of that.
Forget you, Balloon Boy. I did not like Balloon
I mean, yeah, but that's the
He
point
was
of Balloon
creepy.
Boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one. Not
Who
But-
might be
Well,
Garrett because he got
me
into the taxi
personally-
and all that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would have punted him.
I already said before that I thought the movie was predictable. That is one thing
Yes.
I didn't like. It is very predictable, and that is one thing I did not like. But
Yes, because you knew that
I knew that,
career
yeah, the
counselor
career dude
was the bad guy.
yeah, I could say that. And then I saw about, like, not in the beginning, but later on, that Vanessa's dad is the one that, like Vanessa knew that about the
Yeah.
brother, like, all that. But also, I'm a very, like, scarish person, but I love scary movies, but I get scared easily. And so, when I went to see it with my brother, I was like, I refused to watch it in the theaters and all that, but then they were like, no, let's go. So I did. But then, I feel like I expected it to be, since it was a horror movie, I expected it to be super scary. That it, like, since I did that, it let down my expectations, and, like,
Yes.
I was
Especially during that like middle section when they're building the whole like
Yeah.
forts,
Yeah,
like
that
was
threw me out so much.
Me
Yeah.
too. I was like, okay, when are we gonna get back to the horror bits? Or we're
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah,
gonna,
that
we're
was-
talking about getting a tarp now. Oh, great, that's gonna continue on a bit more.
But I
Yes.
do like that it was kind of suspenseful in a way because they were kind of looking at Mike, kind
Yeah,
of like, we're ready to jump you at any moment. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I do agree with you, baby, that like you hype it up so much in your mind
that you, like, it ruins
that
it for you,
it
kinda.
falls short.
Yeah.
See, and then for me, the main thing about it, I came in thinking and expecting this movie to be more like a Saw movie in a way. I
yeah,
wanted to see gore. I feel like the PG-13 rating for it
yeah.
kind of
held
hurt
back.
it. There wasn't enough blood. The only really awesome part, in my opinion, was that scene with when the people broke
Broken,
in.
and then, look, she cuts him
You
half,
get to
and, like,
see
all
animatronics
those. Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Do
Kill them
stuff
and
that I
everything.
wanted to see that the game kind of skips over because you got the jump scare and so the night's over kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to see that more. I don't know. I was coming in expecting more. I mean, it's an okay movie. it is gonna get a sequel because of how high the movie is making money wise.
Okay, but also I feel like I don't know.
I feel like, in my opinion, they could have gone a bit higher on the gore. I mean, just the one kill that they get with
Your favorite kill?
my favorite kill, which Max getting cut in half, right? Which I feel like they could have done a bit more with that implied violence.
But I do like how it was like, because okay, Max was working for the inn and all that, but in that scene too, you see that she did care for Abby and she does care for kids because the only reason that she went inside was because the kid was like, "Oh, I need help. Can you come here?"
Alright,
I
so-
think we want to give a score.
Yeah, overall ratings, what do you guys think? Let's start with me first, I think, and then we'll make it down the line because
Okay.
Mark's
Sure.
the stand. So for me, rating, we're going to do 1 to 5 out of 5 jars, okay? 1 jar out of 5. 1 being a horrible movie, worst thing, never going to see it again. 5 being best movie, going to rewatch it as much as we can, okay? So for me, it would be probably like, I'll be honest, like a 2 or a 3, but I'll be nice and say a 3. 3 jars of jam out of 5.
See, that's my thing too because I mean, I think it's also more my fault because like I said, I overhyped it. And
Me
all
too.
that.
I didn't realize it was a PG-13 movie. I thought it was going to be rated R, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it should have been made
Rated R.
rated R.
So yeah, I
And
give
then
it.
just all the blood and gore
Yeah.
that they could have put into it.
So then I gave it like a 2. I'm just gonna say straight up 2.
2 jars of jam out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, even though I did hype it up in my mind as well, because I was always like really adamant about, oh, I need to see how this plays out, and like, you know, I loved watching the Matt Pat's like theories on it. I loved watching, you know, especially like Daz Black's gameplay.
Yes.
Just mwah, chef kiss.
Yes.
I overhyped it in my mind, and then they kind of got very weird with that whole,
At the middle part.
Yeah.
you know, building a fort. That was just so outlandish.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a very super generous 3 out of 5
Jars
jam. Jars of jam?
Yep.
Jars of jam.
Jam jars.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with my sister that I'll go with 3. Because of the same, like, I enjoyed seeing all the little tidbits, you know, which my sister brings up a really interesting point, the one guy that had disappearing headphones.
Oh, there was a dude with disappearing headphones?
No, okay.
One scene they show
What?
us putting them in.
No.
Then they
The driver? The taxi driver?
No.
No. I
No.
thought that was that one. Because that's what I
In
remember.
the crew of the
The-
people that come and help Max
Smash.
and her brother break
Right.
in.
Oh,
And
one
he
guy,
puts it in.
the one that
Wait,
had like
that got
the
killed by the cupcakes.
yes,
Yeah.
the one who had his face
Cupcake.
eaten by the cupcake. He put headphones in, right?
Right.
And then the next scene that he's in,
That's right,
where
I
are
remember
his
that.
headphones?
Right.
See, I thought, or maybe I
But-
just made it up in my
I-
head.
The reason
I'm
why
also
I
someone who overanalyzes those little details.
yeah, those continuity beats they miss.
Yes, like
But you know, for me, I liked it because if you look at his shirt, that's a mini game from one of the games.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Right, and it's another one of those like really weird like
See-
yeah,
war
see,
bits, but it doesn't make
You would give it the 3
You would probably
Jars
do it
of
even
jam.
higher if it
for
was just
Easter
lore.
eggs.
for
Yeah,
the
for the
Easter eggs,
Easter
for
eggs.
the amount of Easter eggs that it
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
This movie is really good when it comes, if you're already a fan,
Yeah.
and you know the lore.
But they like if you know the creators that helped make Five Nights at Freddy so big, and you know all the Easter eggs, and it's just something that you know it's for them to enjoy. Like people like me who saw all these things when they were coming out. I love that. But yeah, for somebody who's not that was not introduced to this fandom,
And it's
who
more of a
essentially
horror, wanting to see horror movie.
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you
They heard
go wanting to see a horror movie,
I don't recommend
you're
it.
gonna come out so disappointed because it's not a horror movie.
No,
It's really not.
It makes it
There
more
are
like
so many
like Matthew.
other better horror movies.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's
The
more
Nun.
akin to Matthew
Oh,
Lillard.
no.
I know.
The Nun, definitely.
I think this movie is more akin to like Matthew Lillard's Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Horror
Yeah.
comedy kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want horror with Matthew Lillard, watch 13 Ghosts.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah.
So
That would be
Alright,
my
well-
recommendation.
I think that'll do it for us then for this episode of 3 Levels of Enjoyment. Thank you, Ayla, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
If you guys liked her, hopefully we can bring her in for another one. We'll see what other movies or shows we come up with.
Let us know.
Comment below that you want me in more videos.
Also,
Force them to keep me.
let us
Maybe
know
we
your
can-
theories and your thoughts about the movie.
And also maybe, who knows, if you guys want, let us know. Maybe we can do a gameplay. That's
Like a
not something we
reaction,
have
like
up, but
all of
maybe we all
us,
play
like-
a Five Nights at Freddy game. And
No,
see
I'd
what
be
happens.
screaming because that's how I was when I played it. But also that was back then when I was like.
I've only played 2, so maybe. Anyway, thank you again, guys. So we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Make sure to like and subscribe.